Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. I'm sending you good vibes and a great big hug. Welcome back to Be Better with Suzan. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a published author of a book titled One Arm But Not Unarmed. I'm a happiness coach and I'm a speaker. I love this platform at Now Media because I'm able to provide stories of inspiration and amazing people. And I will introduce you to our guest in a bit, but I wanted to kick off a post that I follow on Instagram, their Vibe Source, VYBE Source on Instagram, and their post really speaks to me. So I wanted to share what I found today. Take things one day at a time, one goal achieving task at a time. You may have a tendency to feel overwhelmed by the journey ahead. Slow down in these moments and pick a task that you know will bring you a step closer to your goals and give that task your all. Don't be afraid to tell people no. People pleasing is more harmful than being straight up. Focus your energy on your goals and dreams. If anything gets in between, find a way to respectfully decline. And I love that, Danny. What do you think about that post?
I think that a lot of us, we're so focused on doing so many different things, worrying about things in the past.
Yeah.
And we can't focus on, developing our future, stuff like that. So I like that post said, if we focus on one thing and move towards like a positive future, we could get so much done.
And I love that because people pleasing, that I think a lot of us try to do that, always trying to please someone and saying yes, but we have to learn that saying no is okay, right? We got to focus on ourselves first. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my amazing guest for today. We're going to have a great chat. My old buddy, Danny King fam, or AKA Dan King. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. How long has it been?
I would say a little bit more than 20 years than maybe longer, 25 years since I actually seen you in person.
That is so nuts.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Danny fam, or go by Dan King. I am a real estate professional here in Houston, Texas. Been living in Houston about 40 years. So Houston is my home, right? What else? H-Town to the fullest. Like I said, I'm in real estate. I'm also a member of the Asian Real Estate Association of America, ARIA, Houston chapter. Going to be 2021 chapter president.
I love that. That's big.
All things real estate related, feel free to reach out to me. Join ARIA. It's a great organization. We advocate for Asian American Pacific Islander home ownership. A lot of people have been facing like discrimination lately, especially with everything that's going on right now. We just advocate and we help people get into houses or deal with stuff real estate related.
Yeah, help anyone and everyone, right?
Yeah.
And you can find Danny King, your website again?
You can find me on Facebook. It's probably the easiest thing. Just look up Dan King or Danny King.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And now I want to ask you, how have you been doing during this pandemic?
I've been growing.
Yeah, tell me more.
Growing, focusing on my skills. It's like that post said, I was really, trying just to keep up with everything in a sense, right? Keep up with my businesses, keep up with my life, keep up with my kids. I think the pandemic has kind of been a blessing to me.
Yeah.
It's just got me to sit down in one spot, one space, and just think about, hey, what do I need to do now in this present moment to focus on my future?
Yeah.
So it's been great. I developed new skills, developed more side hustles in a sense of especially focus on my kids. I felt like I was away from them a lot.
Yeah.
I connected them a little bit better. Now it just seems like they love me more in a sense. Yeah.
And I love seeing photos of you and your baby girls. They're so adorable. What are their names?
Ari is 7 and Erilyn is, she just turned 2.5. I also have a 23-year-old. So I had 3 kids.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
Surprise.
Surprise. Nice. Okay, what's a 23-year-old name?
His name is Timothy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would love to see a photo of him.
People say he looks just like me.
Oh, he's lucky then.
Yeah.
He's fortunate. Got the good looks.
Yeah, thank you.
Good genes.
Making me blush on TV.
That's awesome. Now, I want to ask you, tell us something about yourself maybe that not many people know.
Something. I think I put a lot of stuff out there on social media. A lot of people feel like
Or
they know
a
me.
fun fact about you.
Fun fact?
Yeah.
I think everything I do is fun. Fun fact. I used to be a club DJ.
Okay, tell me more.
During those times, I was, we're into the party scene, DJ for probably like good 6-7 years.
Yeah.
I just stumbled upon it. I was like, I love music. And then we started club promoting. I was like, I want to be a DJ. So I figured out how to be a DJ, and then I started DJing for the clubs, and it was fun. It was fun at the time.
Those were the good old days,
Yeah.
right? And it's so awesome how we reconnected because it's been a long time. We used to have mutual friends, right? And
we still do.
We still do. You're right. We were just talking about a couple of them earlier, and we just reconnected. And I see what you're doing, and I couldn't be more proud. Seriously, and I don't want to give too much away, but why don't you tell us a little bit, or give us a teaser of what you're going to be sharing with us later?
Basically, my life journey, in a sense, my life story. I've been faced with many different challenges, a lot of challenges throughout my life, and I was going down like a dark road where I didn't see the future, right? I just thought it's just all going to be like fun and games, partying, but there was no real hope. And there's some days that I would just wake up and like, man, what am I doing? Like, and I have nothing to wake up for, right? I just want to lay there and just lay in bed all day and do whatever. So, and then something just clicked in my head, and I started trying to be better, right?
That's awesome.
And then I'm glad I stumbled across you again, and I saw what you were doing. I was like, I'm gonna keep on keeping on, right? Keeping on being better.
I love that. Let me ask you. Let me circle back. How did you get involved with real estate?
Just like every realtor story. Every realtor, they always stumble upon it by accident. Nobody really wants to be a realtor. A lot of people have said, like, being a realtor is like a last resort in a profession.
I haven't heard of that before.
But I stumbled upon it by accident. There was this one point in my life, it's like, I really need to kind of focus on something more serious. I started getting more involved, started learning everything I could about real estate, and it's been good. It's been a slow uphill climb, but every step, every journey, every lesson, it's just made me better. And here I am now, still growing in the real estate business, but it's been really good.
And how did you get involved with ARIA? I hear their name all the time.
Yeah.
By the way, like they're pretty big. There's like chapters all over the country.
So basically, ARIA is 42 chapters nationwide, all over the country. There's one chapter in Canada, and we're expanding globally as well. But I am involved a lot in the Houston chapter. We have 350-ish members here locally. We have 17,000 members nationwide.
Wow.
And we just, like I said, we advocate for home ownership and to do better, to be better, to teach, to bring awareness about real estate related topics throughout the community and such like that. How I got involved, I stumbled, I was looking for a networking event, right?
Yeah.
And then I Googled something, and ARIA popped up. I showed up. Everybody took me into they took me into their arms, all the leaders.
Yeah.
And then I
They
just
saw
started
something special in you.
Oh.
That's amazing.
That's what I think that's what it was. I saw something special in them. They saw something special in me.
Yeah.
And we just evolved from there. And I just started getting more and more involved. And I took on the leadership role, and I just want to spread the message and hopefully grow the organization even more.
I love it because I see a lot of photos you involved with Aria, and the next thing you know, I hear that you're, elected president. I was like, holy cow, that's big. Super proud of you, and I think that's amazing because with your, your community, I think that's really cool that you can raise awareness within the community and also really bring awareness to everyone else because a lot of people have love for you, they respect you, and they love your journey. So, I mean, no one else better to be ARIA president than you.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, it's quite an accomplishment. I think that once I become president, I'm just going to continue to bring in awareness to our communities and try to spread a positive message however I can.
I love it.
Just use every platform that I have available to continue to leverage and share some kind of positive story. So,
yeah. So when does your term begin? You mentioned
January 2021.
Okay, so next year. Okay, Danny King, fam for president. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be back in a second.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without having to meet a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricanes. We all count, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
The right tax team is key to any successful business. At America's Tax Firm, our goal is to help individuals and businesses of all sizes with accounting solutions and tax strategies that yield profitability, sustainability, and growth. At America's Tax Firm, we have a team of experienced tax consultants and advisors that can help your company optimize business strategies to minimize taxes and reduce liabilities. From preparing and filing your personal or business taxes, or choosing the right legal structure for your business, to resolving complex tax issues with the IRS, America's Tax Firm is your turnkey solution. Take a strong and decisive step and let America's Tax Firm be part of your success.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, retired NASA astronaut, entrepreneur, and proud son of migrant farm workers. Our migrant families do very important work. Many follow the harvest and move frequently throughout the U.S. and thus have many needs. One way to improve your family's future is by participating in the 2020 census. The census only occurs every 10 years, but it affects public funding for clinics, schools, and other essential programs for our communities. Each person must be counted at the address where they live the most during the year. However, if you move frequently, don't worry. Simply fill out your questionnaire where you are living on April 1st, 2020. The information you provide is confidential and is not shared with other government organizations. The future of our families depends on you. So make yourself count before July 31st. For more information, visit the website 2020census.gov.
everyone. Welcome back to Be Better with Suzan. I have Danny King Fam in studio with me. What's up, Danny?
What's going on? Welcome back.
Welcome back. So thank you. Earlier, we're talking about what you're doing now, and you're introducing yourself and talking about ARIA, which is really neat. I'm proud of you and how far you've come, right? So now I'd like to ask, there was a point in your life where you faced some adversity. So why don't you share with us how that looks like?
Well, there's been many points in my life that I faced adversity. It all started, a little crazy story is from the ages of 13 to about 19 years old, I was in and out of different juvenile facilities, boys' homes, and then the final 2 years of my 17 is when you're an adult here in Texas. I did about 2.5 years in the Texas prison system. But how I got there, man, I guess it's the neighborhood that we grew up in, and we were just hanging out the wrong people. I was making a lot of bad decisions. I mean, I was a lost teenager, right? And I didn't really have a teenage childhood. Yeah. And then just when I got out of prison the last time, I think I was about 18 or 19, I was still lost. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was just living this fast life, partying and drinking, and just I didn't know where I was going. I was lost for a long time. Yeah. You know, I don't think I.
When you say a long time, like, what are you thinking?
I think at least until I was 30. Yeah. Right. That's a long time. And most people my age that then they were. You know, they were going to school, they were working and stuff like that. I was just a lost soul in a sense, right? And then something just clicked afterwards. You know, it's like I got to start doing something. I started to figure my life out, and then I just started studying, like, you know, real estate stuff. I started studying businesses, and I opened a couple businesses when I was in my early 30s, and just started continuing from there. But something happened after then. I think I had got married at the time, so I was been married for like 10 years, and then I faced another kind of adversity. So we got divorced, and I was kind of lost again. Yeah, kind of felt like I was back into my teenage years. Yeah, I started partying again, started drinking and stuff. And then I wouldn't say I was homeless, but I didn't have a home, and I was just living on different people's couches at the time, and living out of my car, just going in and out of different bars and stuff. Yeah. And then one day, my daughter, I was seeing my daughter, my oldest daughter, Ari, and she was like, "Daddy," she was like, "Can you play with me?" Man, I was like hungover. I was like, "I don't want to play. I was hungover." At that time, I felt like I was unhealthy too. You know, I was like overweight, unhealthy because all that partying and drinking and eating late night. She goes, "Daddy, can you play with me?" I'm like, "Man, I don't want to. I want to play, but I don't have the energy to play." Right. And something just clicked in my head. Something snapped in my head. It's like, "Danny, you got to get your stuff together, right?" Yeah. Not in those words, but in more. Anyway, she goes, "Danny, got to get my stuff together." So I just decided, I was like, I'm gonna start changing my mindset, and I started focusing on the day after. I started focusing on like trying to get healthy, and then 2 years later, like throughout the 2 years, I lost like 40-something pounds. In the best shape of my life ever. I had more energy to play with my kids, and I started to slowly, you know, the more healthier I got, my mindset started changing, like more positively. And then I just started, you know, feeling better, and I started sharing my message with people. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter where you are at or where you came from. If you can figure out how to change your mindset, you can, you know, move towards the future in like a better state of mind.
Absolutely. I feel like the past doesn't define us, right? And it's really hard, you know, to really express that and understand that. But truthfully, it doesn't. I feel like regardless where we've been, what we've been through, we all have the choice to choose who we want to be, right? To live our best life, right? So circling back, what things led you to being in jail?
just, back then, like Asian gangs were very popular, quote unquote popular. It wasn't really popular, but
It was the thing. It was in, right?
it was. I mean, being Asian in the neighborhood that I lived in, you were automatically classified as being a gang. We used to, just driving in the neighborhood, we used to get stopped by the police. And it just, stuff like that just kind of made me upset. It's like, I'm not in a gang, right? Why are you classifying me? But just the people in the neighborhood, we just started hanging out, and then we started getting in trouble with the law, getting arrested.
Yeah.
And it was just a spiral, like, one thing led to another. One hangout led to a crime that they said that we did or didn't do, and they would just arrest us. And I was like on the police target in a sense, right? So they just kept arresting me, and my parents didn't know what to do with me. So they kind of left me in a couple juvenile boys' homes at the time because, they were confused themselves because they didn't know what to do.
Yeah. And Asian parents as well. I mean, obviously, I have Vietnamese parents. So, growing up, their perspective of us it's completely different, right? And how they want us to grow up to be a lawyer or a doctor or be completely successful. Like their vision of us is completely different than perhaps what we have for ourselves. So it's tough, growing up Asian, right? It's more strict, right? The culture is completely different. So what were some of the factors that contributed to your situation during that time of you being locked up, of you being, starting to drink and party and doing all those things?
I think at that time, it's a lot of peer pressure, just being that young, and then like a flashy, I would call it like a flashy lifestyle. Because you see all these other, my peers, they have nice cars and they have like nice jewelry and stuff like that. I was just trying to follow that lifestyle, right? And then I started doing stuff too because I wanted that stuff too. So I started doing stuff and getting the same stuff, but sometimes, bad luck. And then, we would get caught in whatever that we were doing at the time. And I was just trying to keep up with them in a sense. But, looking back now, I realized like, that was stupid. Like, what the heck was I doing? Like, I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses in a sense, right? And it got me in so much trouble, right? Yeah. But I don't regret a thing. Like, without that experience in my life, I would not be here right now sharing my story. And hopefully whoever hears my story that's been in similar situations, dude, you can get out of it anytime. You just gotta hang around the right people and grow from there.
I agree. And I feel like you're not the only one. I feel like when we were growing up, we had friends. And I feel like, as a young teen, of course, you want to, be cool. You want to wear the jewelry. You want to, have fun or have flashy things. That's natural. But I also feel like many lessons that we've learned, if we didn't make those mistakes, we would never learn how to do things right. So I'm the same way. I've made my mistakes, obviously. I talk about it in my book, but I ended up in jail, super angry, super bitter, violent, right? And got in a situation with another girl. Next thing you know, I'm in jail, and it was the worst mistake of my life, right? Because I realized that anger doesn't solve anything, but it completely destroys everything. So we all have our fair share of mistakes, but you're right. I don't take anything back because I feel like I've learned and have grown so much from it. And without those mistakes, I would have learned how to be better, to be the better version of myself, right? So let me ask you a question. So you talked about, growing up and having certain friends you wanted, to be like. I mean, we're all young. We went through that, right? I completely get it. And you also mentioned it's important to have a good support system that's true as well, because I feel like if I had someone different during, what I was going through to look up to like mentor me to be better, I think that could have worked. But I love that now you're able to be that for other people. So I'd like to ask, what was the turning point for you to make better decisions?
Mainly my kids, and mainly if like I said, something just snapped in my head. Like my daughter, she pushed me to make that decision, but I sat down and really had to find myself, right? I thought about it. It's like, if I continue this, I'm probably going to end up dead or maybe back in jail again, and I did not want that anymore. So I think, it's a lot of stuff that I was I call it the universe fits everything in once you start looking for it, right? So I started seeing all these positive things and mindset things on social media, and I just started reading and following, and it just got me better. I think mindset is like a big deal for me. A lot of people need some other kind of push. I just think what turned me was like I had to change my mindset, and then I just started the universe or God or Buddha or whoever that you believe into.
Started responding.
Yeah, started
Absolutely.
responding.
And I love that, because I talk about retraining my brain, because, I was super negative and bitter, and I saw life completely different after the loss of my arm. I was negative. I was waking up and I just didn't want to be alive. I was, self-medicating. I was doing really bad things, but I needed to retrain my brain to see the good in the bad. So mindset is everything. If you're able to retrain your brain to see the good, then next thing you know, really positive things starts happening, right? And you can start seeing the shift in your life. And I love what you mentioned earlier about on social media, seeing these positive things and positive signs. And I love that, because I was reading a book by Gabriella Bernstein, Super Attractor, and those signs that we see, whether it's on TV, whether it's on social media, spirit guides, like I believe that. Yeah. Like if something sticks out and if I see something, I really look into it, because I feel like those are messages.
Like a sign or message.
Absolutely.
Whoever it is that you believe in is trying to give you.
I agree.
And we also know that social media, they has this algorithm that once you start following something, you start seeing more. Yeah. But I think that's good. But like when you're driving down the street and you see a sign about something, like I just thought about this. So how did that come about? It's because you really believe in that's what you are looking for.
I love it.
It's all about the mindset.
I believe in signs all the way. Yes. I do. I love that you do as well, because that's me. Like I look for signs all the time, and if something sticks out, then I'll research like what's the meaning behind that, right? So my mind is always thinking that way. So that's a really good book, Super Attractor, Gabriella Bernstein. So I'd love to ask, so the turning point were your children, right? So you look at them, you're like, man, you need to change. Things have to be better, right? So I'd love to ask how you decided to move forward.
How I decided to move forward? Well, I think like as soon as I got my health in order, I was feeling healthy. I had a lot more energy. And then my kids, they're happier. And then how did I get my life in order? That was the question.
What motivated you to move forward?
Well, another, like besides the kids, like, even though the bank account may be going lower, I had to get my stuff together. So after I changed my health, my kids were happy. Everything started picking up from there. It just got 100 times better.
Yeah.
So if the question is what it was me. Ultimately it was me.
Yeah.
Right? Because everything else, my kids, my bank account, whatever, my house or whatever, that's just factors that helped me, but I had to decide. So it was really me, I think.
Yeah.
My mindset.
You're right. Ultimately, it was you, right? Those were like super important factors in your life. But at the end of the day, you needed to make the change to make things better. Right. So I completely love that. I respect that. And we're going to be back in a bit after commercial.
Our nation is being seriously affected, not only emotionally, but also clinically. Parents or guardians dealing with a teenager in crisis that require transport to an appropriate treatment facility makes that decision even more difficult. My Armor Services Transport is here to help. Their agents are personal protection officers and private investigators, state certified and trained to accommodate firm boundaries and de-escalations, all while recognizing your loved one's sense of individuality and dignity. Most times your loved one will not respond favorably to being placed in a treatment program. Positive and safe transportation assistance becomes critical when violent or defiant behavior to a placement is anticipated. My Armor Services Transport understands this is a difficult time for you and your family. They are committed to transporting your loved one with dignity, respect, securely, and with compassion. Let them assist with this heavy burden. Call today at 1-800-341-0919 and let My Armor Services Transport be the first strong step you take toward resolving this difficult and complicated issue. COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
The right tax team is key to any successful business. At America's Tax Firm, our goal is to help individuals and businesses of all sizes with accounting solutions and tax strategies that yield profitability, sustainability, and growth. At America's Tax Firm, we have a team of experienced tax consultants and advisors that can help your company optimize business strategies to minimize taxes and reduce liabilities. From preparing and filing your personal or business taxes, or choosing the right legal structure for your business, to resolving complex tax issues with the IRS, America's Tax Firm is your turnkey solution. Take a strong and decisive step and let America's Tax Firm be part of your success.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, retired NASA astronaut, entrepreneur, and proud son of migrant farm workers. Our migrant families do very important work. Many follow the harvest and move frequently throughout the U.S. and thus have many needs. One way to improve your family's future is by participating in the 2020 census. The census only occurs every 10 years, but it affects public funding for clinics, schools, and other essential programs for our communities. Each person must be counted at the address where they live the most during the year. However, if you move frequently, don't worry. Simply fill out your questionnaire where you are living on April 1st, 2020. The information you provide is confidential and is not shared with other government organizations. The future of our families depends on you. So make yourself count before July 31st. For more information, visit the website 2020census.gov.
Welcome back to Be Better with Susan. So Dan. Should I call you Danny or Dan? Like, I know you, Danny.
Danny, yes.
Okay, I'm going to stick with that,
yeah.
Danny. So earlier we're talking about your story, how, you went through some adversity, right? Divorce and ending up in jail and the boys' home or what have you. And we were actually just talking about how you're able to move forward, right? To create a different mindset and to be better. Can you fill us in about that?
Well, it got hot in here, so I had to take off my jacket. But all these lights and everything. How? I mean, I think my main driver was my health. I really believe that once you focus on your health, it's not about like losing weight or gaining weight or everything. It's like how you get yourself healthy inside. And I started getting my health healthy inside, and losing weight and everything, getting fit or whatever, it was a bonus. That was one of my main drivers. And a lot of people at the time, they were like, what are you talking about? It's like when I kept saying, it's like, man, I feel good, I feel healthy, I feel my mind is good, and I'm doing business better. But a lot of people, they were saying like, that doesn't make any sense, Danny. How is losing weight or how is getting healthy helping you get better in life? Well, I told him, it's like, well, you should try it. Go up there and eat right, or even exercise a little bit. Yeah, exercise.
Yeah.
Just do a little bit of something.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I can't believe that by you getting healthy, getting your life in order. But I think health is really related to mindset too. I mean,
absolutely, I agree. Yeah, because it all starts from within, right? And however we're feeling inside, like that completely, reflects us a million times, right? So eating right and working out, and actually that helps us create a positive and better mindset as well. So you started working out, you started getting yourself together, right? And people are like, wow, it's actually making you feel better. You're like, you should try it.
Yeah, I kept pushing it, and I kept pushing it in people's faces, in a sense, like, telling them what I'm doing, my routines and stuff like that. But they're like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, everybody's like, I'm too busy, I can't find time to exercise, or can't find time to eat right or whatever. I'm always on the move. I was like, just try it, and I guarantee you, your mindset or your brain will clear up from the brain fog, and you start acting better, you start feeling better, and you start being better to the world or better to the community and stuff like that.
I love that. Yeah. And may I say, quarantine 15, like, it's been a little tough, but I'm trying to do better. I'm eating right, and I feel a little better, but I know I still have a ways to go. But they do say it takes about 21, 23 days to create a habit.
Yes.
So if we stick with it for that amount of time, and then we start feeling good, and then people start noticing as well, like, wow, you look good. Your skin looks amazing, because your skin gets better. You start feeling better. There's so many different benefits to losing weight and taking care of yourself. And it's all about self-love and self-care, right? Because it all starts from within. And I feel like if we feel good inside, then outside people can see it even more. So I love that.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Once you feel good inside, it starts to shine on the outside. Like you say, looking better, your skin clearing up, losing weight, that's just like a bonus. But just feeling good inside and being
that's
to spread
priceless.
that energy to other people that can feel that energy.
Yeah.
That is priceless.
Yeah, it is priceless. I love it. I do. And were there any people that were doubting you or really making you feel like, not just the weight loss situation, but just overall, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to do better, you're trying to, start making money and take care of your kids and taking care of you. So were there people on the sidelines that were just trying to pull you back or saying things that made you feel like you couldn't move forward?
Yeah, there's like with everything, there's always doubters, right? They're like, you are so used to living this kind of fast life. There's no way you're going to be able to change, or stuff like you're so unhealthy, you're not going to be able to keep up with these businesses and stuff like that. There's always doubters like that, but I was like, I don't care what you think. I'm just going to continue doing what I do. I tell myself every day, it sounds crazy. Like I tell myself every day, I'm awesome, right?
Yeah, you are.
It sounds cheesy, but
no, you should. I agree. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I tell myself every day, like I'm awesome. In the morning, I wake up, and I used to share that story with people. I was like, dude, you're crazy. Like, why would you tell yourself you're awesome? I was like, that sets my mind, my mood for the day,
Heck
and
yeah.
that's how I can continue to perform better, to continue to make a living, to support my family or my kids, and continue to just inspire people. If I've been telling myself that for maybe like the last 5 years, and I really believe that is what helps my mindset every day.
Yeah, it kickstarts your day, and there's something called ANTS, which is automatic negative thoughts. And an individual has anywhere, if I'm thinking correctly,
40,000.
anywhere, 25 to like 40,000 negative thoughts per day. No, thoughts per day. 80% of those thoughts are negative and 95% are repetitive. So you can imagine how many negative thoughts we're telling ourselves. So to be able to take control of your mind and start off with something positive, like a positive affirmation, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're awesome, you're badass, right? Like that's important. And I'm with you on that. I feel like most of us, more of us, we need to remind ourselves of how awesome we are, because that's a really good kickstart to our day.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends. They told me later. They're like, Danny, you're so negative. Like, and I didn't really understand at the time. And then I can see slowly that they would probably stop hanging out with me that much because I used to be also always so negative. I always to complain and stuff like that. But I didn't realize that until probably like 5 years ago, or maybe 5-6 years ago. It's like, they were right. I was such a negative energy or complainer. Nobody wants to hang around with me, So that kind of drove me to be better, to get better for everybody,
Yeah, and I love that you're acknowledging that as well, because that's important. I mean, we are never going to be able to change if we're like, oh, I'm not negative, that's you, or kind of placing blame and not holding ourselves responsible. But for you to be able to say, you know what, I do complain a lot, and I need to quit that. And you're actually retrain your mind to be positive. So that's amazing.
So
I didn't know that.
I think like the whole adversity thing, like a lot of people, just because I was getting in trouble, wind up in jail, and people would probably like blame other people. It's like, hey, it was your fault because you got caught and you made me get caught.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought for the longest time, because that's what I thought. Like I was hanging around them, they did something crime, and I was in the car with them, so I got arrested too, right? But then I started thinking about it. It's like I could have made a different decision. I could have not hung out with them, and then I could be better, right? I could have not gotten into trouble. So everything in my life so far, bad or good, is my fault, and I realize that it's my fault. And I learned from those mistakes, and I set my mindset every day now to try to be positive as much as I can.
Thank you for your honesty. I know that's not the easiest thing to talk about, but I love it. I do, because I feel like most of us, we go through a rut and we don't want to take blame. We don't want to, we place blame. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable. But until we're able to recognize that and truly accept that, that's when we're growing. That's when we're evolving. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me. And you hit it on the head. Each and every day we wake up, we have the decision, we have the choice. All these decisions we make, that's our choice, right? Whether it's bad, whether it's good, whatever way it goes, it's our choice. So you're right. I think as we grow, we know that it's my decision. I messed up, or I did this good, but at the end of the day, it's all up to us. It's our choice. It's our decision. No one else's. So I'm glad you're able to bring that up and really embrace that.
Yeah, there's those days where I just want to lay in bed, with that negative. The first thought in my head was like always something bad, like some kind of problem. I never wanted to get out of bed for the longest time. But then, like I said, when I start getting better, so the first thing I wake up, it has to be a positive thought. And
I love that.
That sets the mood for the day. Like, for real. Yeah. Everybody listen out there.
For real.
Positive thought every day.
I love that. And I'm happy you're talking about that, because I love positive psychology. I read about that. I learn about it all the time. And to hear someone else speak about that and that it truly does help, that's amazing. So we're going to come back in a bit and we're going to talk more about what you're doing now and how life looks for you. So I'm super excited. And we'll be back in a bit, guys.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without having to meet a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricanes. We all count, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today. Our nation is being seriously affected, not only emotionally, but also clinically. Parents or guardians dealing with a teenager in crisis that required transport to an appropriate treatment facility makes that decision even more difficult. My Armor Services Transport is here to help. Their agents are personal protection officers and private investigators, state certified and trained to accommodate firm boundaries and de-escalations, all while recognizing your loved one's sense of individuality and dignity. Most times your loved one will not respond favorably to being placed in a treatment program. Positive and safe transportation assistance becomes critical when violent or defiant behavior to a placement is anticipated. My Armor Services Transport understands this is a difficult time for you and your family. They are committed to transporting your loved one with dignity, respect, securely, and with compassion. Let them assist with this heavy burden. Call today at 1-800-341-0919 and let My Armor Services Transport be the first strong step you take toward resolving this difficult and complicated issue.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Better with Susan. And in the house, I have Danny King Pham, my buddy.
I seem to be a little bit more comfortable now, like you just said. Right?
Yeah, I love it. You're opening up, you're being raw, you're being vulnerable, and that's what I love because I feel like on this platform, people can resonate with that, right? I mean, the show is Be Better with Susan, so I want to just dig in deep and find out about the lessons you've learned. And that's my next question, actually. So what were you able to take away from all the experiences that you shared with me? Getting a divorce and landing up in jail before that, then getting a divorce and, just your party days and all of that. Like, if you were to think and say what you were able to take away from it, what were those lessons?
I would say that, go ahead and enjoy your life as much as you can, but make sure that you are serving some kind of purpose, some kind of purpose in life.
I love that.
It just can't be a black spiral going down. I mean, hopefully you're spiraling up, live with purpose.
Live with purpose.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Recently for Creative Mornings Houston, I did a talk on purpose, right? The theme was purpose. And there were so many great questions about when do you find your purpose? And some guy was like, I haven't found my purpose and I'm over 30, but just make sure that you have a purpose every day, something that gets you excited, that you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm going to kick butt at, real estate or whatever the case is, like whatever it is, your children have a purpose. I love that, Danny.
I didn't find my purpose until I was in my early 30s.
Yeah.
Right? So that's okay.
It's okay.
Right? You learn from everything before that. And I'm still redefining my purpose every day. Like I might have a purpose today and tomorrow, but it might just split and change something else.
It might evolve.
Just talking to you today, I might try to do something different tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But so long as it's a positive
I
purpose,
love
right?
that. I love that,
Yes,
buddy.
yes.
I do love that. And you're right. I feel like purpose can happen at any time, but continue to look for it, right? Don't wake up and just do whatever. Try to look for a purpose, and your purpose can always be redefined or evolve.
That's as long as we're evolving in a good way, right? I mean, you can ask me where do I see myself in 5 years, right? I can honestly tell you, I don't really know. I know I want to be growing positively, but I can't like set something where I know exactly where I'm going to be. Like, 'cause I'm growing every day, and I make new paths daily. And wherever those paths take me, I'm okay with it because I know now that it's all for the good.
Absolutely. And you can't go wrong as long as you have that positive mindset, as long as you are surrounded with good people that want to see you win, that encourage you, like me. I got you.
Of course.
So-
Yeah, like I said, when we stumbled upon each other again on social media, I was like, dude, Suzan, you're awesome now. Like, you're awesome back then too, right? But you're even more awesome now, right? I followed your stuff ever since then, and I'm really honored to be here talking to you right now about
You're sweet.
this stuff.
I appreciate that. That means so much to me. And I'm here. I want to encourage you and support you in any way I can. And you know that. So the next question I have for you is, how does life look for Danny King now? Danny King fam.
Life is awesome because I am awesome. No, yes. But how does it look now? I mean, I'm heavily into real estate right now. We got other projects going on, some health and wellness projects going on here in Houston. Look, if you guys are into health and fitness and like a more spiritual, holistic type of approach to health, look up Peak Space Peak Space Lab. It's something coming soon, but like I said, I'm heavily into real estate and heavily involved in the AREA, or Asian Real Estate Association of America.
I love that. And for anyone that's interested in anything that you're saying, they can look for you on Facebook,
Yes.
right? And your Facebook handle is
Dan King. Just look for Dan King. You'll see my picture and just connect. I love connecting with people. You know, if anything I can help you guys out with, just feel free to slide in my DMs or email me, and I'll answer any real estate related question, or just need a friend to talk to.
I love that.
Just reach out to me.
I love that. And I see a lot of people, even when I posted that I was going to have you on the show, some people were like, oh man, I got so much love for Danny. So I know that you have people cheering you on and people that really love you and want to see you win. So that makes me really happy. So I'd like to ask, do you have any advice for people that may be going through some of the tough times as you did, maybe about the divorce or just a negative mindset, or perhaps, coming out of jail, but, still not able to shake that off and not really living their best life?
Surround yourself with great people, right? Especially if you're getting out of jail and you're probably really lost because, the prison system, they don't really teach you anything, but that's a whole different story. But just find a group of people that are going where you want to go, and they will take you there if you really want to. And the whole divorce thing, I think traditionally people get divorced, they hate each other. And that's not even the case at all. It doesn't have to be like that. Me and my ex are really on good terms. She kind of helped me along my journey as well. Just surround yourself with great people, right? Everybody that you surround yourself, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with. I'm sure everybody's heard that story.
I like that.
So surround yourself with 4 other people that are greater than you, and you will be great too.
I love that. So really just surrounding yourself with good people and just waking up and positive affirmations, right? Yeah. And it's so important as well that you're doing that and that you're talking about it now, because of course during the pandemic, it's more emotional for people that were going through even tough times before the pandemic. So it's just a ton going on. So I love that you're mentioning being positive. I think that's super important. Any other tips or advice that you think about that has really helped you along the way?
Get healthy. I mean, it's not about losing weight. It's not about gaining weight. Just get healthy. And once you physically get healthy, I think your mindset will get healthy as well. and then people will see it, and then you'll continue to grow just based on just stuff like that.
Are you still working out and taking care of yourself?
Well, even with the pandemic, a lot of gyms closed.
Yeah.
But I still have my morning routine that I don't stray away, and that helps me set my mindset too. I wake up and I have to stick with this little small exercise routines. It gets me going.
Yeah.
And once I get going, I hope that I'm being positive with everybody throughout the day.
And you're meditating as well?
Yeah, meditation. It's crazy. You asked me about meditation 5-10 years ago. It's like, dude, you're crazy. Like, what the heck are you talking about, right?
Yeah.
But it's helped me. It puts me into this state of mind where nothing can faze me. You can throw anything at me. I'll be like, okay, I'll figure it out, right?
So you meditate in the morning, and that's how you kick off your day, positive affirmations and meditation.
Yeah.
And how long do you meditate for?
10-15 minutes.
Wow.
There's no wrong way. There's no wrong. Everybody's like, I want to meditate. I don't know how to. There's no wrong way. Just go sit in a closet, turn off the lights, and then just try to focus on whatever you want to focus on at that moment. And then it'll start. Once you start continuing to do it, it'll get better, and you'll start seeing more clarity and more zen in a sense. And I think being in this zen state of mind, it's so blissful, like nothing can faze you.
Wow.
It doesn't matter. Like with the whole pandemic, like people are losing their jobs. We lost some of our business a little bit, but I don't care. I'm happy.
Healthy.
Right? I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm surrounded by my loved ones, people I care about, people that care about me. What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
Right? Who cares about the money? Who cares about the fame or whatever? Just I'm happy.
The most important things, right?
Yeah.
The most important things are still here, and that's a really cool thing about the pandemic. I must admit that hopefully we come out of this and we're more grateful for the things we have, for the people we have, because regardless what happens around us, we look around, and as long as we're healthy, our loved ones are healthy and happy, that's what matters most, I believe.
Yes.
So in Be Better with Suzan fashion, how has these lessons made you better?
How have they made me better? If it wasn't for these lessons, I wouldn't be better. And without being better, I can't be better for my kids, my loved ones, everybody out there that's getting inspired by what they see. And I continue to be inspired from like people like you and everybody that I see on social media. They inspire me so I can inspire other people. That's how I'm better.
I love that.
Being better.
Yeah, and you've been through some rough patches in life that we just spoke about, but like you said, you don't have any regret. You've learned from them, and you've grown exponentially, and I appreciate that. Are there any final words you'd like to tell the audience or share, or anything on your mind?
You know what? It doesn't matter where you came from. Just continue growing. I always say, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you feel like you're stuck, find positive people to hang out with, and then I guarantee your life will get better. I mean, I'm sure everybody is going through a little bit of something. Sometimes you just need a little push. Yeah. And you want me to push you? I'll push you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
You continue to push me too, right?
Thank you so much. And I have so much love for you. We go way back, and I'm so glad that we reconnected, and you being on here is amazing, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, hopefully I can come on another show and talk about something else.
Of course. I got you. Thank you so much. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our show, and of course, my amazing guest, Danny Pham. I'm sending you good vibes and a great big hug, and I hope you have a great evening. Thanks.